Hey folks, it's Mangrel. Welcome back to the channel. I'm checking out yet another HDZero Tiny Whoop. This is the Happymodel Mobula7 HDZero Freestyle. This is the new version that comes with the Lux camera, which is arguably the best camera for a Tiny Whoop. It also comes with the new AIO5. And I want to see if this 75mm whoop can be my new indoor-outdoor whoop, especially for the winter season. I purchased this from AliExpress. I will give you links in the video description where you can pick one up. Doing an unboxing. The quad is well secured with the black foam. We have some stickers. We have an accessory bag with extra props, prop remover tool, screwdriver, some tiny screws, and an extra canopy. So decently outfitted with accessories. Next we have the quad itself, and that's it. Looking more closely at the actual quad, this seems like it has the same kind of build quality and build features as the Mobula6 Freestyle I recently reviewed. It does have the HDZero Lux camera, which arguably is the best camera right now for a tiny whoop. It does have the revolutionary AIO5, which has everything you need on that one little board. It's got your flight controller, your speed controller, your Express LRS SPI receiver, and also the transmitter for the HDZero image system. Everything is on that one little board, and it only weighs less than 6 grams. That's pretty cool. We do have no motor connectors, which is great. That means less weight. We do have a A30 connector, so I will have to switch this connector out or remove that little tiny nub over there. I use BT 2.0 batteries, and yes, you could shove your battery into this. It will work, but over time, that will wear out the little connectors on the battery. I know that from experience. And then looking closer at the motor, which you probably can't see because of the gold on gold writing, but it is Happymodel branded 0802 25,000 kV motors. So typical 75mm motor size. I'll be using the Beta FPV Lava Series 1S 450 mAh battery. That's what I always use on 75mm whoops. Doing a weight check, the quad with no battery weighs 24.43 grams, pretty much exactly as advertised. Adding in our battery, we are looking at 36.65 grams ready to go. The first issue I have with the Mobula7 frame is that the battery tray is actually quite large. You can see how loose fitting this battery is. So this is not going to work, and it looks like we have extra play on both the left and right and also the up and down. I did find this little TPU print that's supposed to eat up that slack. The TPU spacer actually fits in very, very nicely. And now trying out our battery in this battery tray, it's actually pretty good, nice tight fit. One issue I did notice though is that the USB port, that silver shiny piece, is now pressed right into the battery. So there's no space in between the two of them. And when you have the battery touching the USB port, that pretty much negates all of the soft mounting of our flight controller and also the camera. So when I flew this configuration, I actually got a lot of weird flight characteristics. When I was doing punch outs, I would see a lot of shakes, and just shakes and wobbles were so apparent in my flight footage. Here's how it looks like with the flight controller orientation changed. I do now have the antenna coming out the back. I've got the power lead coming out the front. USB port is off to the side, no longer interfering with the battery pack. I did continue the sloppy work from Happymodel because you can see they actually cut a little piece here. I've done the same thing. I've cut a little piece of the frame as well. You do have to change up some of the configuration in Betaflight. So first thing you gotta do is change the actual orientation of the gyro. Next, we can use the motor numbering wizard to move the motors around because we did physically move the motors. And then finally, using your Chrome browser, go to ESC, that's configurator.com. And here you wanna change the direction of each motor. Originally, these all said normal. We're gonna change every single motor, so motor 1 through 4, we're gonna change them all to reversed, and then we're good to go. Flying the quad with this new flight controller orientation actually results in a way better experience, especially now that we're not having additional vibrations introduced by the battery pack touching the USB port. I do notice that as I go into the brighter sections of the backyard, I'm starting to see quite a bit of jello and vibrations coming through the video footage. And my experience is that this usually points to issues with vibration. And just for a quick validation, I did fly my Meteor 65 HDZero right back to back, and that one had no issues. So definitely nothing to do with the weather conditions, nothing to do with the cold. There's something wrong with this particular quad. So what I've done is I've gone back to the bench here and I've tried to spool up each motor one by one. And as I do that, we can see one of the motors has a big issue. Lots of vibration coming through on this motor. You can even hear the noise that it's making as it kind of resonates. So it looks like, unfortunately, Happymodel quality strikes again. And I've got a quad here that's got a defective motor. Similar to the AIO5 on the Mobula 6, this one here on the Mobula 7 was also giving me some very crazy power statistics. It was telling me massive amp draw. It was telling me I was pulling more milliamps from a battery pack than it's capable of. So this also came not calibrated properly. I went ahead and I used a multimeter and I have come up with new calibrations. The Betaflight configuration from the factory was pretty well done. There were two weird things. The first one is that the receiver channel mapping is not the default Express LRS. So you do want to make sure you change that. A little bit weird that Happymodel went with the non-default, given that the default is probably what 90% of the folks will be using. I also did notice that crash recovery was not active, so definitely make sure you turn that on. It'll allow the quad to recover from minor bumps against the wall without freaking out. The AIO5 uses an SPI-based Express LRS receiver, which means binding is a little bit different. I like to come to the Betaflight receiver tab, enter in my bind phrase and click save. That will work. Or you can come to the Betaflight receiver tab and click the bind button, then follow the binding steps in your transmitter. Now that we've identified that we have a defective motor, what I want to do is convert this into something that's a lot lighter and hopefully a better flyer, especially because I don't have any extras of these Happymodel motors. And this is quite heavy actually. So with the TPU spacer there, ready to go without the battery, this thing is 24.91 grams. That's really heavy for a 75mm. Compare that with the Air 75 from Betaflight. Yes, this is analog, but give you an idea, this thing weighs 20.54, more than 4 grams less. The original Happymodel frame weighs 5.38 grams. Compare that with the Betaflight Air 75 frame. This thing weighs 4 grams, big weight savings right there. For the motors, I'll be using these Betaflight 0802 23,000 kV motors. These weigh 1.8 grams each. Compare that with the Happymodel motors, which weigh 1.86 grams. Not much of a savings there. Here's how the new configuration looks like. Highly recommend the Betaflight Air 75 frame, which is what you see here. The frame was a direct drop-in. I did have to cut a little bit of the Betaflight frame, just like what Happymodel did on their frame. Otherwise, direct installation, and this frame is a lot more sleek and also a lot lighter. I did switch over to the Betaflight motors, but I did that more out of necessity because of my defective Happymodel motor. If you do use the Betaflight 0802, do bear in mind that these motors have a 1mm shaft, whereas the Happymodel motors have a 1.5mm shaft, which means you will require some new props. So here I've got the same exact prop as the Happymodel, but they are a 1mm version. Doing a weight check, this now weighs 22.61 grams, so a little bit over 2 grams of saving. Flying the Betaflight Air 75 frame, along with motors that are not trying to self-destruct because of vibration issues, is leading to a really good flight experience. In this flight, everything is performing as expected. There's no more weird flight characteristics, no more jello or shakes in the flight footage. Everything is going beautifully. Until, unfortunately, I crashed in the snow. Unfortunately, crashing in the snow comes with flying in the snow, and I really thought nothing of this crash. I've crashed my DJI quads in the snow many times. I've crashed my Air 75 analog quad in the snow many times. Never have I had an issue. I typically just pick it up, I dust off the snow, and I fly it again right away. I don't even have to unplug the battery. Now, unfortunately, this AIO5 from HDZero looks like it's very, very sensitive to any kind of moisture. That single crash you just saw has actually burnt out my AIO5. Now when I go ahead and I power this on, this motor starts to jitter the motor gets very, very hot, and I also get a burning smell from the AIO5. My original use case with this quad here was to fly it indoor and outdoor during the winter months, and it looks like the AIO5 is not really a good candidate for that kind of use case. I'm going to give the AIO5 one last chance because this particular board that I crashed in the snow with is working mostly okay. The transmission of the video is okay. It does connect to my radio okay as well. So the only thing that failed is that one particular ESC. Definitely very disappointing. I only used this for 2 hours and 1 minute. I've also gone ahead and purchased new motors from Happymodel. This way I can replace that one defective and vibrating motor. Given how sensitive the AIO5 is to moisture, I will also apply some silicone conformal coating. This will give us a little bit more protection. Here's how things look like after the rebuild. You can see that the AIO5 is super shiny at the top and also super shiny at the bottom. That's the effect of the conformal coating. That coating did add in 0.1 gram of additional weight, which to me, really it's worth it given what should hopefully end up being better resistance to flying in the snow and in moisture. I did replace both of these motors here. They were both vibrating quite a bit. That means we had 50% of our motors being defective from the factory. Now looking back, would I recommend this Mobula7? And I think that all depends on what parts you already have in your stockpile. If you already have motors, frames, and those kind of things, and you just need the AIO5 and the Lux camera, you're better off purchasing those separately and doing a custom build, which pretty much is what this is at this point. However, if you don't have any of those parts, I did the math. You're only paying $45 extra for those pieces. So Happymodel is giving you really, really good value just to purchase this whole kit from them. Yes, you're really chalking it up to decent quality control from Happymodel, which I did not have that, but I'm hoping this is more of a one-off situation. So hope you like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and stay tuned for more videos.